Hey, how are you?
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. I saw someone who's asking for the invite link. Give me a second here.
Okay.
Stephanie, I was gonna ask where are you from? Never mind. What's been going on? How are things been going?
Going. I'm excited to be here. I joined Sub 2 about 4 months ago. Now I'm completely active, giving it my full-time attention. I haven't joined any teams, so this is my first team. I don't know what the process really looks like. I've kind of, seen Pace's videos. I've seen your YouTube videos too. I'm just trying to um view it all, you
Yeah,
know. It's an overwhelming amount of videos, but again, I'm just haven't closed my first deal. I tried Batchleys when I first started because I understood that just get a deal,
yeah,
call, make a deal. And then unfortunately, Batchleys just skip tracing, it's just getting expensive and I'm not getting any experience with that.
yeah.
So
Bachelor just announced first free skip tracing. You get like so many free a month now. Just saying.
yeah,
And
now.
a lot of what we do is low equity and um like pulling the list out of batch, they don't give you the mortgage data and they don't give you the interest rate. Like when you pull the list out,
Yeah,
it just kind of sit there in the app.
yeah.
But
It was an experience for sure. I learned
yeah,
um that yeah, there's a lot of missing information.
yeah. Well, what we have been doing is I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. I'll give people like maybe 3 more minutes.
Sure.
Um, I'll just start kind of jabbering and I'll let people jump in. So
Okay.
Carolyn and I, my wife and I started about 3 years ago, and we had no idea what we were doing. We didn't know there weren't really people doing anything like this, like, come and jump on a Zoom and work with us. So we were just, I was struggling just to find a mentorship or people to help. I knew I needed someone to help me, and so I was going on like LinkedIn, Instagram, just any platform. I'd go on YouTube videos like on Jerry Norton and just like, hey, Max Maxwell, hey, will you help me? Like just go in their comments and asking people in the comments if they'll help me get started. And legit, everybody said no, 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 no. And so um we went to there's a here in Dallas, there is a little like bigger pockets meetup. We loved bigger pockets. They had a lot of value and all the calculators and blah blah blah. And somebody there goes like, "Hey, have you heard of Pace Morby?" And so I'm like, I don't know what that is. I went to the app store and I typed in Pace Morby in the app store on my iPhone because I thought it was an app. I'm like, what's a Pace Morby? And so then we found him on YouTube. And about 48 hours after I found, like, I just watched everything Pace Morby for like 2 days straight. And I called him up and I said, hey, I want to join. So it took me about 2 days after finding the things that he was doing to join up. And it was pretty cool. About 3 months in, what was so strange is like the Zooms were so high energy and people love to be on Zooms and talk to each other and like chat and like everybody had smiles on their faces and we're like, something's wrong. This is weird. Like everybody's happy and having fun and like doing making $100,000 on something, some kind of deal. Like, what is this? And Carolyn's like, he is paying everybody here to act like this. And there's like 300 people on the Zoom. And anyways, 3 months into joining, we won like a very small contest. He's like, whoever can come out to Phoenix, you can do a ride along with me. And we live here in Dallas. So I said, hey, sign us up. We'll drop the kids off at grandma's house in Mesa. My wife's mom lives in Mesa. So he's like, are you serious? Okay, come on. And we're like, oh, okay, we have to get like a 5 a.m. flight. It's 11 p.m. We have to get on a flight at 5 a.m. And we booked it, got the kids. Our flight was delayed 4 hours. And so we were like, Pace, I'm so sorry. Flight is delayed. And he was like, I was looking for somebody. I thought you guys were in Phoenix. I didn't, I thought you guys were in Phoenix getting ready to come out here. Whatever, just whenever you get here, get here. And so we end up getting there pretty late, but he took us around to about 7 or 8 different flips he was doing, and introduced us to some people on his team, had Carolyn like hold his iPhone, do like video for him during the flips. It was pretty cool, right? And he goes, where are you guys staying? And we're like, oh, we're gonna stay at her mom's. He's like, well, how long are you guys staying here? Well, we're just gonna stay here the whole week. He's like, why don't you guys stay in my house? Like, stay in your house? What? So we stayed at his house for 7 days. But he was filming what's his TV show? He was filming a TV show. Triple digit flip, yeah. And we barely saw him. We saw him, we had like maybe 2 conversations with him after that. But what was really cool was the drive up to where the flips were, probably about an hour to get there. And he started talking to us like, what are your goals? What do you want to do? And we're like 3 months into the mentorship and 6 months into real estate overall. And we're like, I don't know, we want to get some Airbnbs. Like everybody at that time, 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, was Airbnb. And so we're like, yeah, we want to get like Airbnbs that should support our lifestyle. And he's like, okay, how many Airbnbs do you want? I think we need 6 or 8. I can't remember what we said. He's like, okay. And he started breaking everything down. Right. So how much money do you all have to put into a deal? And I'm like, maybe $5,000. Maybe. He's like, well, you need to raise money. Do you know how to raise money? No idea. No idea. So it was pretty cool. He started talking to Carolyn because Carolyn was kind of like, I don't know what to do. She has a fashion degree and she has photography. She had a photography company. And she's like, I don't really know where I have to raise. We have 2 kids. I'm talking about you right now. I thought you're like, shut up.
No.
Just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Kind of not like not providing value, but just kind of lost on what to really do, like what to really focus on. And so he was actually just focusing really hard on her. And like I said at the beginning, she was not really bought in. She's like, this stuff is a hoax, right? And since then, so he really focused on her, but since then, I don't know how much money she raised, but they raised a lot of money for a 400 unit multifamily deal, a fund of funds. Manny, hey, how are you? She's running our assets. We have 75 doors. She's helping to run our assets, making sure everything stays on track, helping me manage our wholesale team, raising money. She has a team called Sana Wealth. and they did a fund with Vina Jetty. Vina Jetty is like a bigger on the multifamily stuff here in Dallas. And honestly, to me, a lot of this is mindset. A lot of this is getting out of W-2. People tell me what to do. My boss gives me a list every day, so I know what I need to do kind of mentality, and just having goals and going towards the goals, right? And a part of what I wanted to get done here for the first deal club, or whatever you want to call it, is get an accountability partner here in this group. So I've been talking, so Stephanie was the first person to join, so I've just kind of been like going back and forth with her. Stephanie, are you more integrator or more visionary?
I'm a visionary.
Okay, so you need someone to like kind of run your spreadsheet, run your system, get you on the phone, or are you on you want to get on the phones, or what do you want to do?
Um, I'd like to get on the phones. Yeah, I can see myself getting on the phones proactively, and I have the time to do so.
Oh, that's great. So someone here could be, hey, I'll pull the list. I'll set up your sheet. All you have to do is dial the numbers. Okay.
Okay.
And if you get a lead, they'll underwrite it and they'll send out the offer. Like basically, there's someone here, integrator person, who's higher on the integrator scale that can help Stephanie get on the phones and close deals, or at least get leads. Typically, people
This
raise their hand and say me, but integrators have a hard time raising their hands, right? So that may be a part of what Stephanie has to do is like, hey, I'm a visionary. I need an integrator. I need someone to pull my list and get me set up on a spreadsheet, right?
okay.
In the
Should I
Discord.
put my
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Should I put my contact in the chat? Maybe it's easier for people, or I don't know.
Yeah. All up to you. Put it in the chat, put it in the Discord, go to
Okay.
go to the sub 2 community, whatever it takes to like grab an integrator to help you. So that's a part of what this is all about, is a lot of people here, actually most of the people here are already with a team.
Okay.
Who here doesn't have a team? I'm trying to like, I feel like everybody here does have somebody they're working with.
Okay.
Boyd and show.
Are we allowed to talk on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
What's up?
Hey, how's everyone doing? Oh yeah, I'm just like, so I have a Lloyd on my team. But can we have more than one person, I guess? Like I think I'm like I feel like I'm kind of both. I like to do integrator stuff. I like to do on the phone as well. Um, so I mean, if we could get more than one, is that okay?
So it is okay, but is there anybody who doesn't have it? So I would say if somebody's not on a team, let's kind of give them the first right of refusal, right? So somebody
For
who's
sure.
looking to squat up with Stephanie and help her, that's not on it. I feel like everybody here already has somebody on their team. I recognize everybody's name. Dang it. Even oh wait, Dimitri. No, Dimitri, are you more visionary? Yeah. And Dimitri's a visionary too. So I think he's looking for an integrator as well. Is that right? You got one? You got somebody? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay. Jason, was Amy a integrator? Where is Jason?
Think he posted a comment. I don't know. Don't know, if you saw it.
Yeah. Jason,
Oh.
He doesn't want to talk to me. Anyway, well, what I'd like to do, so this is kind of where people get stuck. Like there's a lot of people already squatted up, and they're working with the team, they're sending offers already. They have some leads that they're working on. And so if y'all could, when you have time, go into the sub 2 group or the TC group or the Gator group, wherever you're from, and try to get one person to join.
Okay. So I'll specifically try to reach out to integrators and then have them come on here. Because maybe other people need them too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to figure out if Jason is, I don't remember if Jason's visionary. There we go.
Good.
Stephanie, talk with Jason, see if you all can make something happen.
Okay. All right.
You've had a question regarding exactly what you're talking about. Like I was taking notes on what you're saying earlier. Between visionary and integrator, can you, like, I don't know, in terms of like duties, in terms of separation of duties, like how would you describe that? I was like trying to take notes on that.
Yeah. So basically, I'll make it very simple.
Certainly.
The visionary is literally going to just get on the phones and do the talking. Now there are visionary people that, hey, I want to make sure all my stuff organized. I can't have this be a mess, right? To me, visionaries make a mess and integrators clean it up. Right? So integrator is more like, I'm going to pull your list. I'm going to keep stuff straight. Right? I'm just making it like very, very simple. I'm pull your list, put it on the sheet, put the numbers there for you. When you get a lead, I'll help you underwrite it, and we'll talk to Myron and his team, and we'll learn how to underwrite, and we'll learn how to get the offer out, and then have that person, squat up with, or not squat up, but like get Jade on the phone and learn how to close. Integrators like learning how to pull lists, learning how to set up a system basic, and then how to then, the next level is like how to then implement better systems. How to maybe then, so there are people who integrate who are like more systems or more engineer. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Just every once in a while, breaking up every once in a
Well,
while.
Rashad, can you hear me?
I can hear you, like every once in a while it'll like stop and then like your words will catch up. Zoom does that thing to us, just like it's good to make sure we can hear everything you're saying.
Yeah.
But I hear you. Sorry. Extraneous details.
Should I change my Wi-Fi?
Hey, I have a question.
One second. I'm going to finish my thought with Rashad.
Okay.
So there are integrators who are more engineer, and there are integrators who are more underwrite. Right? So there are underwriters who just want to underwrite and like figure out if the deal is the deal. There are other like systems levels. So I'm more like systems. Okay. I like to build a conveyor. Underwriting, doesn't really excite me. We can do it. I'm fine with doing it. But I like to build systems and where things like work together and make magic happen that way. So Rashad, you are like, I don't remember I think you're
So vision. I'm like heavy visionary. Yeah, but I tend to like systems. But I mean, sometimes I need to be a better doer. So I'm like, hey, let me just pick the phone, call, and get out of my comfort zone. I'm just figure it out. I don't know.
You're great on the phones. I've heard you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what's cool is if you're good at systems or underwriting, but you can get on the phones for someone, like, hey, I'm not afraid to get on the phones. how you can guide the other person and tell them what you want, because you have more of the system mindset. You can say, hey, integrator, this is really what I need to have. Pull the list. I wanted to do this, that, and they can go figure it out.
That makes sense. And I was gonna say, like, pairing me with Brittany, like seeing like how like she loves systems, I was like, wow, this is perfect. Like I like systems, like she, like her mind just thinks. I was like, wow, this is perfect. Like we're gonna be unbeatable. So I'm like, this is crazy.
So
Mhm.
yeah, she's high integrator.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like you could not give her $1,000 to make a phone call. Is she on here?
I think she texted me, says she had like meetings. She's a little too busy. She'll try to make it.
Let's take over the world, man. That's what it takes. But yeah, high integrator is going to change your world. Yep. Okay. Sherry, hello.
Hi, I actually still need a partner. Sam was supposed to call me yesterday and he ended up not being able to. So I can actually go either way because I'm very comfortable talking on the phone. I've been a real estate agent since 1996. So talking to other agents is, what I do. So I can do that. I'm very OCD, so I can actually, handle lists, but I was kind of wanting to get with a really high integrator. I've noticed a lot on the Excel spreadsheet where someone is really leaning more towards a visionary, but they go ahead and become an integrator just to be able to be part of a team. So I didn't know if that's, I have access to MLS in a couple areas, so I already have that, but I just need to get with someone so that I can start being one of the action takers. Sam said he was interested, but he was working yesterday and I haven't heard from him today.
Okay. Here is the thing with integrators. I have an observation. I have an observation. A lot of people who are in a W-2 and their leader in their W-2 is high visionary. They think, an integrator thinks that that's what I have to be successful in this company, right? It depends where they work, but a lot of integrators literally fight who they're supposed to be, and they will answer those questions with not the full truth.
Okay.
It's just how things are, right? So I had in my last job, I had a very, very high visionary and very demanding boss. And that was at that time, that was where I was. I'm like, I have to be more visionary to be accepted here. And so over the last 3 years, I've been literally dismantling my old mindset and saying, no, this is really where I shine the most. Like a lot of inward looking stuff has happened to me in the last 3 years where I say, this is really what I want to do. I love building teams. One of my biggest things is like helping other people grow. I'd rather see Sherry go make $1 million. I want to help other people do really well. So if I provide value to a lot of people, that value will come back to me, right? Because the world is just reciprocal, right? So for me, there are people who may be answering the questions a little bit one way because they think that's what success means and not being truthful to what they really want. Sherry, if you are good with like just making calls and making offers, I would stick there.
And I definitely want to learn how to, how to structure the offer, the letter of intent. I actually received one of y'all's letters of intent, which is why I chose your team. I actually have a listing.
That's right.
And I had someone email me your letter of intent, and I was like, this is cool. It was the best offer, the way that it was set up to understand. And because I had received like maybe 5 or 6 other emails from investors. Hey, I'm an investor. This is what I'd like to do. But y'all's was just like, boom. But it was sent to me without even receiving a phone call. So it was kind of, I was like, okay. Yeah, I never received
Mario
a phone
sent
call. I
that to
just
you.
received a letter.
I
Do
remember
what?
Mario sent that to you.
Yes, yeah. It
Yeah.
was really good. It was unfortunately, yeah, I'm not able to work it out. But so I want to learn how to do the letter of intent, and I want to do the phone calls. But I would love to work with, like I said, I'm OCD and I can do Excel spreadsheets and stuff, but that's not my forte as much, So is Sam a high integrator, or because he's already assigned with somebody else? Was he kind of,
I thought
one of those ones?
visionary.
Because he's already someone else's integrator. And I was like, okay, well, I was just trying to find someone. So I was kind of reaching out to everybody. That's like yesterday when the new guy said who he was. I need someone on my team, but I didn't want to respond to him because he's obviously the same as me.
Yeah.
We don't need two of me.
Don't do two visionaries can make it happen. If someone, like, if you had to pull a list, you could figure it out. You're smart. You're smart enough
Yeah.
to do that. Some visionaries are like, don't even show me lists. Like, just pull me the list. Give me the phone numbers. That's all I want. Just give me the phone numbers. I know how to do that. So the problem is two integrators try to do it together. That just will not work.
Right.
So somebody has to be like, to me, integrators are the ones that are going to go like move the system, move the back end forward, right? They're going to pull a list, they're going to get all the data, but like the closing or the rapport building comes from the visionary. And if you don't have, it's basically trust. If you don't have trust in a transaction, you don't have a deal. So we need someone to call and build trust. When I make calls, I am literally like almost ice cold when I call. I'm very dry. My jokes are very dry. A lot of people don't even understand my jokes. My wife just laughed. And so like, to me, I feel very like when I build out my team, I need visionaries to build a lot more rapport. So the things I'm working on is like rapport building. So if I made a call today, it'd be like, okay, I got to think about, are there dogs in this house? Because I like dogs. Okay, let's talk about their dogs. Let's talk about whatever. I don't know. So the problem is there are integrators in the Discord that don't show up to the Zoom, right? They don't want to get on the Zooms. They don't want to be a part of anything. They just want to literally sit in the dark with the glow of the monitor, and that's it.
So my sister, she is such a strong high integrator. She was my maid of honor when I got married in December and could not do the toast.
Aw.
She actually was like, I said, you're the maid of honor, you're supposed to do a toast. And she's like, I can't do that. And so she actually asked my son, and my son actually stood up and did the toast. She's like, I can't stand up in front of all these people. Can I whisper it in your ear? So yeah. So she's like, no way.
Yeah. So to that point, work the Discord.
For another
of Discord. Well, for the most part, integrators love more the chat part, right? So
Okay.
go in there and see if you can drum up an integrator to work with you.
Okay.
Luckily enough, Jason jumped on today and is able to, sync up with Stephanie. But Sherry, if you can't find anybody, I'd say by Monday,
Okay.
let me know, and I will. Like with Rashad, I literally had to like call people out. I went in, I found integrators, and I said, I tagged like 6 or 7 integrators and said, y'all, I need you. And only one person responded.
Okay. I'll go into Discord when we're done with this.
Kristen, let's talk about that.
Sure.
Where are you at? Oh, there you are you making calls?
Yeah, so we're both making calls. Off one of the lists that you had provided, I believe Sam pulled one. He's more familiar with the programs as being like, I don't know if he has access to the MLS. I think he does, but the kind of real estate side, agent side. I've called agents. I feel comfortable talking with them. I know some conversations are awkward. So I'm still trying to do that and kind of build more rapport with them. So we're kind of really doing both right now. He's sent a few LOIs, more proactive with that. So we're kind of just trying to figure out what we do best, but we're both taking action on both sides.
Okay. And is that just
And I did take the thing.
Was it
Go ahead,
different?
sorry.
Was it different the second time?
So I was watching something, I think it was one of the Zooms of Pace, and I don't know if it was a Christmas one or whatever it was. And they're really talking about like being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
So okay, let me go back, not overthink it, and just answer the questions. And the second time I took it wasn't what I sent to you all, but it was a little bit higher on the visionary, but it still said like, you're neither.
Yeah.
And when I Sam, I think it was the same thing with him. We both were really like balancing in the middle.
What's your
On both. What is my W-2?
Yeah.
I actually got laid off in August, so I've been trying to put a lot of energy and effort towards this now.
What were you doing?
I was working with Peloton. I actually got switched over from sales to their somewhat tech, trying to figure out what issues with the Peloton bikes and all of that. So I was good at it. It was just a training I'm more hands-on. So doing actually helps me kind of work through and get the experience.
Okay.
So like working through their system. So like when I know how to do something hands-on, like I'm good by myself. It just takes a lot for me to understand it because I kind of think outside the box and think a little different. So I make things more difficult, like when learning. I do like talking to people. I have no issues talking. I think that's where I kind of fall on the visionary side.
Yeah.
I'm more of wanting to help people all the time and really seeing like what's going on. I'm not great with like tech unless I have like a lot of training and hands-on.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. I bet you would do well. I bet you do very well as a connector or a capital raiser.
Mhm.
But for this, what we're doing here, y'all have to make a decision. I would personally put you on the phone and Sam. I think the problem is like Sam's probably pulling the list and then just kind of like, okay, what do I do? I'm not just gonna sit here. Right.
He's calling, taking action right away. So like we'll touch base and he'll be like, I talked to so-and-so. And then I kind of set up the thing with the email. I was going to have him send over, since his W-2 is more demanding and I have more time. I was going to set it up where like I was putting it through the spreadsheet. So we knew like what LOIs are getting sent out, kind of more organized. Like me, I need things organized. I'm a hot mess, but I'm like organized at the same. Like I have notes everywhere, but like all the chaos. So
I'm with you. Okay. Okay.
So I don't think it was much of like not wanting anyone else on a team. I think we were still really trying to figure our shit out and figure out where we fall into place, because then adding someone else on, like we don't know where we're really at. We're just both doing like taking action and doing a little bit of both until we get like really organized, our systems up and kind of get a flow.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like that he understands how to pull the list, so he's kind of putting all that together. Are you all how are LIs going out for you? How are the offers going out? Is somebody on our team doing it or are you all doing it?
So we want to do it ourselves, and that's what we're kind of learning through, but he's been sending it through I think he spoke with Jade a couple times. I think he's waiting on some of them, but through your what was that Google
The
Doc?
Google form thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
okay.
did just watch your, I don't know if we're gonna get the system, but we have the Mail Meteor, the one that like creates the LOI for you. I was just finishing up the Zoom or the YouTube video on that you had with that
Okay.
program.
You don't need to get that program.
Yeah, I wasn't going to at first. I mean, it's cool, but yeah, I'm still catching up on the resources that you sent out, like the YouTube videos and stuff for us to watch.
Okay. So what she's talking about, there's a couple of people here. So people who have a team, have their JV signed, have their markets picked, like everything is put together for them. Their team got some resources and they got put into another channel once they have everything together, right? And so I gave them some resources on how to start sending a bunch of offers. Okay. So that's what people here are just like, this is my first Zoom. I don't know what she's talking about. So, okay, that's great. That's great. That helps me. So I'm just thinking through like what you are experiencing, and you guys are just like, I honestly, that's how I do things. Let's just like start it, figure it out, make a mess. We'll clean it up as we go. We'll make decisions as we go. Otherwise, we're both going to be looking at each other and saying, why aren't we doing anything? Right. So like, just go figure it out.
Exactly. Done piles of notes and like, I need to get in there and take action.
Yeah, I just saw in the chat, Lloyd doesn't think he got that spreadsheet. But Lloyd, I think I did, but I'll write that down. I'll make sure.
And I have a question for you, Myron, in regards to the resources that we got. If we're creating our own LOIs instead of sending it over to through the Google, are we putting, it says whoever's going to be like fielding the calls to be put on the LOI. So if we're either sending LOIs first and waiting for them to call and building rapport, I guess we would put our information because we want to build a rapport with them for sending out or talking for the LOIs. Is someone on your team still going to help take over the more detailed questions and kind of like the underwriting at first? Is that where we're setting up the appointment, but we can still have our contact information on the LOI? Or do you want your teams on the LOI?
For me, I want your contact information on the LOI.
Okay.
It depends. Okay. So like, if you have one like right out of the gate, that's a gnarly agent, you can just send it over to us and it will be our contact info on the LOI because we're like handling it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
To get the experience though, I'm suggesting, like I gave you all that template for the LOI. Customize it for yourself, like change the wording a little bit, blah, 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 and put your info on there and send that out. Learn how to underwrite, learn how to do your own LOI for sure. But the only issue is like, if a contract's come to me, I put my name on the contract. You know what I mean? And we just sign a JV. Okay. So that's going to be the thing is, like, when I decided to do this, I was like, I'm going to make sure that I look at every deal, make sure we're getting stuff under contract that will work. I'm going to put my name on it, and I'm going to be the one responsible, basically. Okay. So when you're working with us, that's basically what's going to happen. Okay. Not to like take away anything or cause any I don't want anybody to like, what is he doing? It's just like, I want to take responsibility for the things that I'm involved in. I don't know how to explain it better than that. So
You want where it goes properly. We're still learning.
yes.
Yeah, no, it's understandable.
Okay. Yeah. So send your own LOIs for sure.
Okay.
And if it has to go back, Jade and I did one follow-up for a year till we got the deal signed. So sometimes those things back and forth, sometimes they're ready to go and you get the contract day one. Sometimes it's 300 days later, right? Or 3 months later, or 1 month later. So the whole game it's a follow-up game for sure. But you all doing that work is going to push you harder than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, because we build more rapport, see how serious they are, kind of work through questions that we don't know how to answer. But you're saying if there is one agent that it's a good deal, they're ready to move forward, just kind of send him your way. And then maybe the others that we're building more rapport, making sure kind of it's a good deal to try to understand the underwriting. It's not that we can't do, it just kind of work through that first so we're not just sending over like hundreds of like low potentials
Yeah.
and we don't know crap about it really. Like
We'll kick you right
okay.
back. We'll kick it right back to you. Like we'll need
Okay.
need this information. And it's okay to do that. Like if you just like, hey, what do I do here? You know, that I would want just in a Discord message. Okay. Or like
Okay.
a Discord message to Jade. Her and I email, you could imagine our emails are just
Yeah.
crazy, right? So sending us emails, it will literally like the emails like somehow eat each other. I don't know what happens. So don't send us emails, send us like a Discord message or a message on Facebook. I like to keep things in one spot. So like if everything here stayed in Discord, I'm very happy.
Okay, so just kind of at you guys at any questions, it will get kind of a quicker response and we can still continue to work through on our end.
Yeah. Deals message a DM outside of the group. Or like,
Okay.
or if you have like hey, I have an agent that asked me about VA loan entitlements. That will serve everybody to know to answer questions like that in front of everybody. But like if you have a specific deal you need help on, do a DM on the side.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really specific question. You posted 2 Zoom links to like how to get your first deal Zoom from Pace. It's like part one worked, part two it didn't. I don't know. I was curious, is there a way to like recover that video?
Yeah. I'll get that to you.
Okay, sounds good. I sure appreciate it.
Yep. So let's see. Okay, we have about 15 minutes left. I would say here's some things to think about. As you are working on a team, hold on, I got Rashad still on my spotlight here. Okay. Actually, I just want to do a gallery. Hold on. Okay, I want to do a gallery view. As you all are working on a team, the number one thing you have to do is communicate with your team member. The people who, so you're going to work with someone, like you're going to link arms with them. You have to, if they're failing on something, if they're not performing on something, if they are succeeding in something, good, bad, ugly, communicate. Okay. Here's the thing, in your real estate career in general, if you're not communicating well, you are not going to do well in this industry. The most successful people have the best communication skills. I'm not saying post on Instagram. That's not what I'm saying. Like developing relationships, communicating well, communicating problems, communicating success, all those things. So to me, I honestly like to demand communication. So I'm not going to call on anybody's names, but in our company, this happened. It was a small thing. To me, it's bigger, but it's a small thing. Somebody on our team sent out a small email and it said, hey, these are the things I'd like to see. I want to see 100 offers go out every week. I want to see everybody show up to the team meetings. I want to see, it was like 5, 6 different things that they wanted to see for their team. Okay. I was included on that email, and what I saw was nobody responded. And I go, okay, that was sent out on Monday, and Friday, no one responded to this email. And where I want what I saw, my point of view was like, nobody is showing her respect. No one is showing that person like what they need to show them. And it teed me off, or whatever you say. I was PO'd. And come to find out that the communication happened just offline. Right. And so and it was really what I needed. And so on my team, what I need and what I want is like, I need like way more communication than what's happening. So when y'all have a problem, tell them like, hey, I need this to do this. When you have this kind of thing, if you have anything going on, just speak up. And it is okay to want things, right? So you guys are like in a new budding partnership, right? And you're trying to be nice, and you're trying to get along, and you're trying to this and that. And you're going to overlook issues. Very easy to overlook issues when you first start in the dating or honeymoon part of your relationship. You know what I mean? So as quick as you can. And, you know, people on my team might think I'm a total a-hole, but like, if we don't have that, we don't have a team. We just have people working together. And that's not what I want. I want like a legit team that is kicking ass. I want a team of literal kick-ass MFers is what I have to have, right? So as you're going along, Michelle, I'll answer your question, but as you're going along, just demand communication. Like, hey, if you have a problem, I have to know. Or if you can't communicate, like, I should find somebody else. I'm literally a butthole like that. I limit what I say on the record. Yeah. Mario, that's to me, that is what causes problems. When people don't speak the thing that they need to like, literally someone's success is on the line and you're not helping them. Right. So if I don't show and tell or demand certain things that I need in my company, then it's my fault.
Yeah, but I like previously I just noticed that I'm in the corporate mentality, which if you're in the corporate field, you get used to it and then you're trained and then you don't notice it. But now that you're bringing it up, you're like, oh, okay. I do limit what I'm saying. Because I'm always careful what I post and what I write. Don't know what, you know how it is in the corporate field.
Oh yeah. It's even like what other people say about you, right? Corporate world is a lot of what other people's opinions are. Have Carolyn started watching the David Beckham documentary? Are y'all watching that? No? You have? Jill, you're watching it? Oh, I clicked on mute.
I have watched it. Yeah, it's
You did. We're in the middle of it, and it's like, when you're good, you're good, and when you're not when you're bad, you are bad, right? So like, if the public opinion or the opinion of you at your W-2 is not good, literally it's the weight of that whole company on you. Like, ugh. And he had it way worse.
Inspiring how he navigated all of that.
It gave me flashbacks. That gave me flashbacks from my W-2. So anyways, I hope that helps somebody here just kind of like start wanting more from other people or asking for more. Michelle, how do we take ownership of the Google Sheet list? Michelle, that the Google Sheet that I gave out for the take action people, you should make a copy of it and have access or have the ownership of it.
Okay.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Okay, so we don't have to do anything special. It's just there and we can start using that. Because I'm Eamon sent it to me.
So if Eamon sent it to you, then he has ownership.
Okay. So he'll have to check that.
What I explained is something to the effect of like whoever is going to be like responding. So Michelle, if you're in the background, Eamon should own it. And you just
Okay,
send it for him and send it out for him. If your name's on it, okay, that's fine. But his phone number is going to be on there and let the emails flow through him so he can handle the conversations. Is that what you all want?
Well, yeah, but if I'm doing the mailing through mail media, don't I need that to be owner of that list?
Yeah. So the person who what I recommended was you all get a new email, like a joint email account that you can both log into it. So when you log into that email, you have access to the mail media account and the sheet.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Sweet. So today's a little bit more mindset, I guess. Mindset, squatting up, a little bit of technical stuff. But 2024 is, I'm excited. I'm like super duper excited for this year. I watched Jerry Norton was literally my first hero in real estate. Right in front of Max Maxwell. Those two guys were like it. Those were my guys. And Jerry put out an Instagram reel and it said, you can take the team that you're getting to 1 million a year in assignments. If you kind of just get structure right, get the right team, you can take that same amount of people and get to 3 million. You can triple your volume, triple your assignments, get to 3 million a year. And that's my goal. And I saw that reel this morning and I go, holy crap. And I messaged him. I said, dude, bullseye. That was like legit on point. Thank you for saying that. Cause what do you call that? It gave me a support. It gave me not recognition, but it validated my thought process. We can do more with what we have. I don't need to have 30 or 60 people on our team. So the guy, if y'all know wholesaling at all, you know Investor Lift. And the guy who owns Investor Lift, he goes, with a two-person team, Mariella, I'll put that in the Discord. I'll find it and put it in there. He goes, the guy who runs Investor Lift, he goes, a two-person team, and this is like they do cash deals, right? But he goes, a two-person team running cash in the right market, they can close 250,000 every 3 months with two people. And that is like a lot of, so that I'm just like, that's visionary, that's integrator. There has to be that yin and yang mentality, yin and yang partnership, right? To me, that's what it is, right? Savannah, yeah, all the right people. God, people on your team, that's like the biggest thing. Picking the right person, not marrying into a team like super fast. Just work with someone to Sorry, I get distracted. I'll answer that, Rashad. Sorry. Picking the right person, right? So that goes to the communication part. Like everybody here is just starting up, wanting to get their first deal, or maybe they've done one, they're trying to get their second deal. They really want, if they're in this Zoom or on the Discord, like working, they want it. So let me see. The real, yes. Do you know if any of the teams are going in on purchasing the programs? What programs, bro? Like prop stream?
For most people, it'll be prop stream. For me, I want to be a little complicated. I want to do privy and I want to do deal machine.
Deal
Don't do privy.
machine. What you need for what I want to do is just interest rates or mortgage balances. You need to have the mortgage balance. So Privy does not give that to you.
Okay.
Deal machine, bro, that's a long time ago. Well, did that give you mortgage balance?
I can test it out and I can find out.
How many leads? How many
I
records?
haven't paid me. I used to have it like 3 or 4 months ago. For like 1 month, I tried it out.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they have free skip tracing. So I mean, for me, I was looking to not only contact for seller financing, I was saying, hey, like let me try to find like a general wholesale deal as well.
Yeah.
So being a little bit more complicated, I was like, oh, I want to do privy and deal machine. A typical visionary, like, oh, let me just do a bunch of stuff.
Honestly, we have Privy, Batch, Prop Stream. I used to have Deal Machine. I love Deal Machine when I did Driving for Dollars.
Yep.
I was like going a walk and just like click, click, click. Yep. But for what I am, the system that I'm offering, PropStream gives you everything you need.
Makes sense. Particularly, you said loan balance or mortgage balance.
Yeah, mortgage balance that's really all you need. We do filter by the interest rate because I don't want anything 8% or 9%. Actually like 7% is getting too high now. So I'd stay under 6.5. So, batch unless you spend a bunch of money with batch leads, they won't let you export the mortgage information. Manny, I don't know PropWire. Don't tell Jerry I said that, but I don't really know PropWire. I don't know if they give you mortgage data. You can try it. Let me know if because it's free, right? They give you free lists. Yeah. I looked at it for like 1 day and it was just coming out. Would you mind to report back to us? Because if everybody can just go to PropWire and pull a list, then they should just do that. LimeWire. What was the other one? Napster, LimeWire, and there's a Bear one. BearShare. Do you have a BearShare? Yeah. All right. Yeah, so also the other thing, Manny, is PropStream, you can go into the MLS section and download for free the agent name, email, and phone number, right? In PropStream. That to me is getting a list of phone numbers of agents. You don't have to go on Zillow and like type it in or get their emails. No, I've never seen an email on a Zillow listing ever. It's always their phone number. All right. Who here is stuck? Raise your hand.
So I guess for me, I'm also new, and I posted yesterday about it. I actually jumped on with Stephanie too. She's also a visionary, and so I'm looking for an integrator. I mean, I can do a lot of those things. I have a data and analytics background. Again, so if it ends up being where like Sherry can't find somebody, and like I'm happy to do that so that we can get rolling. But I'm also in different focus on different markets. So I guess I'm stuck on only that. I'm ready to take action. Just looking for the battle buddy. So if I need to go recruiting, I can do that. But
So you're more integrator. Yeah.
I'm a visionary. But I mean, I just started a business about a year ago, another one, and I've had to wear that hat. Like I know that role. I can do it. I rather not, but I can do it.
Okay. So he's more integrator. So does somebody need an integrator?
Very.
Sherry Collins.
I was
Really
trying to figure out how to
screaming.
unmute myself.
She's screaming with mute on.
I'm like, hello. That would be awesome. I'm sorry, your name went off the screen faster than I was able to catch it.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. I can reach out to you and we can connect and talk through it.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Cool.
Yay.
Bobby, thank you for speaking up. What's your business?
Short-term rental co-hosting. So we started like a year ago. I have like 8 properties under management now, or focused in Florida. So Disney market and then South Florida.
Okay, cool. Cool. We did 2 deals in Kissimmee, sub twos. But I think both of them were fully furnished. One of them we made like a 30,000 assignment, and the other one I think was like a $20,000 assignment. And we were just there. Carolyn and I took the girls there, and there was I thought this is interesting enough to talk about this right now, but there was a new development of these giant homes. Like I think it was like an 8-bedroom, 9-bathroom, and it was Airbnb only. The whole development was Airbnb only for like 8 bedrooms. There's a Harry Potter room. There was a mermaid room, Jurassic Park, basically like the theme park. And it was dope. There were about, how many kids were there? 2, 4, 6, either 6 or 8. I'm misremembering. I think there's 8 kids, and they were all just, there were slides. They could go to the top bunk and go down a slide. It was super cool. And anyway, I love that market. My sister lives in Cocoa Beach, which is like an hour to the east. So I love that market.
Yeah.
I just had to say my piece. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it too. I just had to underwrite a 15-bedroom that's in there. It's like 1.8 million, 15 bedrooms. Like as soon as you go up past 8 bedrooms, that's really where the ROI starts to kick in that market. But that's why I joined sub 2. It's like we wanted to get our own properties instead of managing for others, and that was creative was like the only way to where these things are penciling out, because you used to be like, oh, you want 20% cash on cash if it's a short-term rental, but which is very unlikely, definitely not unlikely now, conventional, but
For sure.
yeah.
Well, cool. Super glad to have you. Wait, Sherry, what market do you have the MLS in? I forgot.
Okay, sorry. ABOR in Austin, and then I have a CTX MLS, which is part of San Marcos, part of New Braunfels.
Okay, cool.
So basically the Austin area going all the way, unfortunately not all the way to San Antonio, because you were talking about that Airbnb the other day in San Antonio. I was like, man, that would be a good market. But I wish that they didn't make you have a separate MLS for every little area. It's like CTX is a really good one because it covers several areas, but I'm also I was working in Bastrop, Texas, which is east of Austin.
Mhm.
So very familiar with that area. But since basically when we get a deal accepted, are you going to be our the primary buyer, you think, or would it be better to do DFW or San Antonio, or what you're interested in?
No, pick your own market. So I would suggest that y'all work like a Florida and then work Austin.
Okay.
I would honestly, and I'm just going to give advice, but you all make decisions, okay?
Hmm.
I would work Airbnbs only.
Okay.
I would just go after Airbnbs in both of those markets. Like Fredericksburg is big Airbnb, right? Do you get that market?
I don't unfortunately get Fredericksburg. It's a little too far out.
Austin is fine too.
Yeah.
Some areas of Austin allow short term. I think there are certain, I forgot what the issue is. Maybe you and Bobby can figure that out, or like how to
Mhm.
find Airbnbs in Austin, and he can find Airbnbs in Orlando or wherever. You guys work both of those markets.
Okay.
I have plenty of buyers in both of those markets to help, or if you guys want to buy them. So
It
I
looks
am
like
looking
that.
for Airbnbs that make $100,000 a year gross.
Mhm.
That's my minimum is 70K. And I want to flow into Kristen's question about AirDNA. So hopefully that helps you all just kind of like get started. But Kristen, talk about AirDNA.
On the AirDNA, when we're clicking on the revenue calculator, that's where I made a mistake last time, and putting the property address in there, what were we looking for, the projected revenue, or was it the net operating income?
What I just like quickly, I just look at the gross.
Okay.
I just look at the
And
gross.
what was 70? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. That's like just my starting point. It depends. Like if it's Ohio or Indiana, like a Midwest house, like it's going to be a lot cheaper than something in Florida, right? You can go for a lower gross number. You can go for a lower income level. If it's a lower income, if it's a lower property, lower purchase price, you can go for a lower income. But I wouldn't do anything that's like $40,000 is kind of like, cut even. I'd get around 50 and 60, and I feel comfortable underwriting that. Is that what you're going to focus on?
Not necessarily. I just wanted to know, like, sorry, my phone fell. As I'm going through different properties, I just wanted to kind of have an idea of what avenue it kind of could go towards.
Yeah.
If it's something where it's a higher equity and it's worth paying out a little bit more, because we're going to be making more on the Airbnb side. So I kind of want to have like everything before speaking to the agent, kind of an idea to navigate the conversation. And so.
Yeah. Every lead I get, and this has just been like the last 15, 20 days, every lead I get, I'm throwing into AirDNA just to get a baseline. Like it's interesting how just like some random house in Indiana can pull in like 150 a year. Like, what? Where did this come from? Right. So like there are different markets are pulling these Airbnb numbers. And so I would say as an underwriter, every lead you get, go into AirDNA and just check it. Yeah. That might be a thing we put on the calculator. Maybe I'll update that calculator to put AirDNA in there, just so it's like there, you know. And there is so AirDNA is literally I guess you could say the lowest form of underwriting Airbnbs. There is like giant spreadsheets on running the Airbnb data. But just to get leads and get started, that's a good baseline. Okay.
What
Okay.
about Rabu and Awning? Have you used those before?
Rabu, yeah.
Or like,
Yeah. They're
I find
it's
there's such a
interesting.
big discrepancy between the two. Like Rabu would be like, for example, I was looking at a house in Orlando, it's like 30 grand. Then I look at awning, it's like 80 grand. And I'm like, what the heck? Well, like, what's the true estimate? I know they're free resources, so is AirDNA better in that sense because you're paying for it, or
So if you're like, here's what I would say: if you're really interested in whatever market that is, buy the data for that market, or pay in. I think it's like $300 a month or something like that. Pay in and go into the in-depth market, right? Because it's going to take like a culmination of everything and say, hey, I think you can make 80 grand. So
okay.
I would pick AirDNA and buy the market data. Get and like dig into that market. We underwrote one. It said AirDNA said 70,000, and we talked to the owner. He was at 115 a year, which is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it goes backwards, right? It says 70, and they're like, no, we did 40, right? And it's a lot of, I'm sure you know this, but like it's a lot of theming. So many people want to go somewhere and have an experience. There's a guy, his name is Kenneth. He has Airbnb here in Dallas, and he did a bachelorette theme. I can't say that word. Bachelorette, whatever. One of those houses, and it has pink everywhere and frilly stuff. And I've never been there, but he's like, dude, I roll 150 a year every year. Just because people pay to go do that. It's like a thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having some house in the middle of somewhere is probably not going to net you what you want. Like we worked one by a lake, like more of like a camping Airbnb. And it's just, I'm like, they had this on Airbnb as a house. It did not have the necessities, which is like, where am I going to make my s'mores? Right? There's no like campfire area, no seating outside, nothing like that. No experience level, no experience. So as we dip more into that, like that's really what we're gonna have to focus on, is like creating super cool experiences, right? And that's what get that next level. Pick a good market to start with, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Evolve will run income estimates for specific properties. Jill, is that what you were saying, Manny? Evolve?
I don't think, was that me that wrote that? I don't know if I wrote that. I think I wrote that. I wrote awning and Rebbe, and Jill wrote evolve will come in. Will run in income.
Okay, I hadn't heard of awning or evolve yet before. Jill, I'll look that up.
Yeah, if you I emailed with somebody named Maggie Pentek over there, and she'll just say, hey, here's a specific address I'm interested in for Airbnb purpose, for renting purposes. They're a property management company for short-term rentals. And so they'll actually run estimates because they have all the algorithms for different clients that they have around the world. And most of the property managers, or actually owners I've talked to that have short-term rentals, have said Evolve is pretty accurate.
Sweet. But you have to email it in and say, hey, help me.
How did I do that? I think I found a property on Evolve that I was interested in, that they have listed for sale. And I emailed them about it, and then they're like, oh yeah, because they want your business.
Yeah.
And then I just they said, yeah, anytime you find a property that you're interested in, just email me and we'll send it to our team guy, and they spit out a sheet, maybe a day, 48 hours later, sometimes 24.
Bucket list, Branson, Missouri bucket list.
Yeah. I've been looking in that market for so long, and just with the rates and stuff, you have to get it creatively at this point, because they're not cash flowing like they
Branson. Yeah.
I'm in Omaha, so I go down there, and same with Ozarks. I've been trying to get into the Ozarks, but creative's going to be that to do it that way. So
yeah, my grandpa had a store at Silver Dollar City. You ever been there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to go our family was like 25 people, and we would all walk into the employee entrance of Silver Dollar City.
Oh, fun.
It's all of us in a line, all the kids, everything. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a great area.
Random fact. Cool. What else? So the two people that I heard didn't have a partner basically got partners today. I love it. So if you don't have a JV yet, send me your email. I'll make sure I'll get that done today. If you don't have, like Lloyd said, hey, I don't have my sheet. He's signed up. He's all ready to go. I'll make sure I get that to you, Lloyd. Lloyd, he's there. But if you don't have your JV, let me know. If you don't have your resources, let me know. Cool. Okay, quick reminder. Lloyd and Manny. Okay, got it. If y'all could help me out, go into Sub2, Gator, TC, wherever you're from, and make a post. It's like, hey, I'm getting a lot of value. No, don't lie. If you're not, don't say it. But I'm getting a lot of value. If y'all want to join a team, let me know, and then send them an invite. If you're not getting value, he's like, I can't do that for Myron. He's total a-hole. I hate him. Let me know. I'll fix my attitude. Okay.
On that post, just tag you, and then have them say reach out to you. Like go at Myron Biley or.
Let me get you an invite link. Give me 5 seconds.
Okay.
Can I just put it in the chat?
Yeah. I'll just copy and paste it.
I don't know if anybody can invite to the Discord. I just go up to where it says, where it says Thrivemode at the very top. There's like a little drop down arrow and it says invite people. That's how I get the link. So I don't know if everybody can do that or not. I don't know, but that's the link. So yeah, just make sure it's either Sub2, Gator, or the TC groups. Okay. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I don't want the creative finance group to be in here. No offense, because we were all there once, right? Okay. Thank you all. Very, very productive meeting. So take action meeting is going to be Monday at noon. If you need anything, DM me. If you need Jade, DM Jade. You have questions about how to overcome objections. That's really what we want to help you get your next deal. Sam and Kristen are super close on a deal down in Houston. So we're like on the cusp. Right, y'all are working that one, Kristen, right? A Houston deal?
Yes.
It's going to be good. I already have a buyer I have like 3 buyers that want a deal there. So I think we're going to get that one done pretty quick. Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Excellent.
Thank you. You
I'll
too.
put the recording up later today. Bye, y'all.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.